Alright, are you ready for that complaint-isode that we promised you?
Complaint-isode?
The complaint-isode.
Okay, let me put this into words to not demoralize my character, to not mudsling or slander Mr. Ferrigno's character. But at LilacCon, Vince and I both met Lou Ferrigno technically twice, and both times were not good times. Here's how my interaction with him went. He was towards the end of his first wave before he went to lunch. Vince was trying to find a print because he wasn't able to get a Funko Pop of Hulk like I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a Funko Hulk Pop about 3 months ago. I got it and it's just been sitting on my shelf just waiting for the day. I'm like, I'm going to get Lou Ferrigno to sign this Hulk. It's going to be extremely valuable. It's going to be so cool. It's going to go right next to my other signed Pops. I'm happy. So what I did is I brought my Danganronpa con bag, my Merce as Vince calls it, because it kind of looks man-pursy, with the 2 Funkos I wanted signed. So I walked up to his line when his line was dwindling. So it was literally just me. It was one of the officials of the con, you know, one of the people like they hire like volunteers, I guess.
Yeah, con managers.
Con manager, volunteers, was sitting next to Mr. Ferrigno. He was just sitting, being stone-faced, and I did the usual question. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. How's it going? How much is the signature? And they said, oh, 40. And then the guy who was managing it was like, any print on the table. And I looked at him for like 0.3 seconds, and I'm like, no, I actually brought a special item. Because it said in the description for the con, $40 for a signed print or brought item. So
yeah, personal item.
Personal item, thank you. So I brought the Funko. I unzipped my con bag. I barely got the Funko out of the box. I didn't see his face, but Vince said Mr. Ferrigno nodded up his face like he was just disgusted that I would make him sign a Funko. And then he was like, oh, that's 60. Just immediately out of his mouth. Not even
it's almost
a
like
second thought about it.
I get it. Like, a lot of people...
Ooh, secret door.
A lot of, like, people, they think you're going to be upselling or, like, reselling the merchandise that they're signing.
Yeah.
Which I get. Like, you...
Ooh, another secret door.
You charge a little bit more. Like, I can understand to a point, but $20 extra. And you just had such disdain on your face that you're like, I hate doing this or I don't want to do it. Why are you at cons?
Yeah.
Like...
And here's what confuses me a little. I understand about upselling, because we'll go to the second part of this, but when he signed my Funko, he winked at me and he said, thank you for stopping by and thanks for being, thank you. But he didn't personalize it. All he said was, he squiggled his Lou Ferrigno signature, said the Hulk, and handed it back to me.
Yeah.
So, in all, my investment on that Funko was $65, because the Funko was $5 and the signature was $60. I looked up his signature, and his signature's worth about $50, and the pop is worth about $10. So I'm pretty much $5 over what I'm supposed to because of that. But whatever. If I auctioned it, it might go for more if worse comes to worse.
Yeah.
But just that experience, it was really quick, it was really weird, and I felt like he didn't want to sign the Funko, and he thought I was upselling it. So that is why that experience was a little bit bad. After that, Vince said, hey, do you guys only take cash? Because he was like, he wanted to get some signatures as well. And they were like, oh yeah. So he had to go to the hotel across the street, or across the lot, and use the ATM. And when he came back, he was going to get a print for our good friend, Mr. Half Geek. And you can tell this part of the story, Vince. I'm not really good at telling stories that you star in. Ready?
Yeah, so I made it back to the con. And I went. Well, he went to a lunch break. We ended up going.
Yeah, we went to lunch ourselves. We went and got sushi, and it was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was good sushi.
In that time, I had a great interaction with the Black Power Ranger.
Yeah, Johnny Young is an incredible man.
He actually he gave me a deal. He's like, so it was normally $30 for his print.
Yeah,
and I pulled out the pop, and he's like, so. I figured it would be a price hike, kind of like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Even though past cons, it's usually just maybe a $5, maybe $10 at max price hike for the pop. And he's like, $40. I'm like, okay, that's just $10 hike. Like, that's normal.
Yeah.
And he takes the pop from me, and he signs the pop. And he's like, you want a print to go with it? I'm like, how much extra for, that? Yeah. So I'm figuring 2 signatures he's going to get me now for, maybe he'll give me $5 off the next one or something like that, like 75 total or sorry, 65 total.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I figured it'd be just like $20 more or something like that.
Yeah.
He's trying to upsell his prints. I'm like, how much? for the second one. He's like, just pick him up. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
So like a photo and a pop for $40?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
See, for me it was 40 just for the Funko. So I mean, but I got a really rare Funko signed because he plays Ichigo in Bleach as well, and the Hollow version, which Hollow Ichigo is like an evil, like more powerful version of Ichigo. So that pop alone is worth $65. Just the Funko. So my box is a little bit crunkled, but now it's signed. Like $130 pop with the signature.
Yeah.
So it's still worth it, and he's still a nice guy. He does so many voices. He's not only the Black Power Ranger, but he's Ichigo in Bleach. He's Hajime in Danganronpa. He's Nate in Yokai Watch. I can relate to that on a deep level. He's Nobi in Doraemon. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Doraemon. That's one of the most famous animes of all time.
Never heard of it.
Okay, I'll have to...
I've heard of Pokemon more than that.
That's completely different. Doraemon is a cat from the future who like finds a young boy who's the most worthless boy in history. So he travels back in time to make him not worthless.
Okay, Nate, I am completely lost.
What I said, or the fact that this level's a maze?
This level is just, I can't find the red door.
Yeah, we'll find it eventually. We're talking about good shit. We're complaining about Lou Ferrigno. But back to your story. We were talking about when you got back to Lou Ferrigno the second time for the signature for Half Geek.
Where did I leave off?
We went... You got your Johnny Young
Black
signature.
Ranger, Sushi.
Yeah, and then we came back.
Then we came back, and he was there.
Yes.
So I walked up to the table.
Yes.
And I handed the $40 over to just pull a print off the table.
Yes.
And get it signed. And this was I was gonna pay $80 because I was gonna get one for myself and one for Half Geek.
Yes.
So I pulled the print off the table and I handed him $40. And I was looking at the other ones, and he goes, "Name." And I looked at him. I'm like, "Oh no, not a problem. Like this one's for Half Geek. Like I don't want to get it signed. I don't want it personalized." So I'm like, "No, I don't need this one personalized." And he goes, "Name." And I figured, okay, maybe he just didn't hear me. Like,
yeah, because he
is technically
hard of hearing. Yes,
he's declared actually like deaf.
Yeah,
like. So I'm like, oh no, thank you. Like I don't want it signed, or like I don't want it personalized.
Yeah.
And then he just looked at me like almost like even a little bit more like upset.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Name," and pronunciated name, and I was like, he's not gonna let me leave the, like, he must think I'm an upseller.
Yeah.
And will not let me leave the table without getting it personalized. So I gave him the Half Geek's real name.
Yes, which he did sign, and I did see that.
Which he did sign, but at that point I had stuffed my second $40 back into my wallet, and I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Which is why I was surprised that he didn't personalize my Funko of Hulk, because of how sassy he was with you. I was like, wow, I got off lucky. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it is easy to remove Sharpie from the plastic of a Funko box pretty easily.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that and risk of hurting the signature. You know? Because knowing my luck, I'd get it off, and then it would smear some of the signature, and I'd be like, no!
My Funko!
My money! But yeah, guys, that is how Lilac Con went. Lou Ferrigno is kind of a douchebag, but that's okay. Because now I have 6 signed Funkos on my shelf, everybody. Oh yeah.
I think I have 12.
Let's count them up and flex our nerd money. Okay, so I've got Hollow Ichigo from Bleach, signed by Johnny Young Bosch. The Funko is worth $55. The signature cost me $40. It's about like $130 value if I sold it. Next box is a SpongeBob signed by Tom Kenny. That one is my favorite one because Tom Kenny is an amazing man. I think the first 2 actors I met have been my favorites. Meeting Jess Harnell and Tom Kenny was incredible. You know?
Yeah.
But Tom Kenny, his signature is worth $50. I paid $40. The SpongeBob Funko is actually worth $40, which is nuts, and that's worth like a $200 Funko because it's been discontinued for a long time. So that one's valuable. I got Wacko signed by Jess Harnell, one of the best experiences ever. See, I had an experience with Jess Harnell like Vince did with Johnny Young. He gave me one of his CDs off the table, said, "Oh, this is like $2 extra," and signed it for free.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience. So, freaking Jess Harnell, man, if you're watching this, I look up to you in a lot of ways. And one quote from Jess Harnell always stuck with me when I was talking to him, because most celebrities I've talked to, Vince, you know, they talk a little bit. They're like, "Oh, how are you? Glad you're a fan. You know, thanks for stopping by the con. How are you liking the con? You know, stuff like that." Jess Harnell last RoseCon talked to me for 9 minutes. None of the people in line cared because he was so enthralling. He was just talking and talking. He's like, "Oh, I have a music career. Oh, thanks for noticing that I'm Crash Bandicoot. Thanks for noticing that I'm Wacko and Animaniacs. Thanks for like supporting me. I'm glad I made your childhood awesome. Thanks." Yeah. And then he looked at me with like the most serious face of all time when I complained about being like having a crappy job, because my job was starting to spiral at that point. And he's like, "Nate, I know you're a great guy. You look like an extremely talented man. Just remember, shitty jobs are temporary." And that line stuck with me so hard.
Yeah.
So he saw greatness in me that I didn't. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm gonna use that to fuel me to go back to college. Because if I disappoint Jess Harnell, I'm gonna be really sad. But yeah, so that's half of them. I met Shannon Purser. She signed to the Barb Emerald City Con exclusive.
I'm kind of wishing I'd gone and gotten her as well.
Yeah, she was kind of nice. I talked to her for a little bit. It was kind of bad because I only watched at that point a little bit of Stranger Things. I didn't watch season 2 yet because it hadn't been out yet. Wait, had it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Okay, but I didn't watch season 2 yet.
I don't think that's where it needs to go.
And I was talking to her about trivia. Pretty much, I read on the internet on some of her blogs and on her IMDb. So I know a lot more than now, because when they recorded season 1, she was also in college. So she had to balance classes with being Barb. So that kind of crippled her education.
I wonder.
But I mean, she's an actress now. She's in a lot of shit, so it's okay. And then I met Zach Callison, the voice of Steven from Steven Universe. He was a lot nicer to the ladies.
Well, of course, they all are.
Yeah. And he only talked to me for a little bit. I've learned, life lesson, everybody. Please take this to heart. When you talk to voice actors, don't talk to them about how voice acting works. Don't be like, "Oh, how do you do voice acting?" or "How do you do this character?" They all have the same response. It's always, "Oh, I've done this character for a year. I feel like I've become this character. I can easily do their voice no problem without having to rehearse much or do too many takes." They always say the same thing. And that kind of upsets me. Man, this map sucks.
This map does suck.
But yeah. And then the last signature I got, everybody, was... Nope, that's it. So Johnny Young, Lou Ferrigno, Shannon Purser, Tom Kenny, Zach Callison, Jess Harnell. Those are the 6 signatures I got on Funkos. And each of those was a weird experience. If I were to rate them, best experience, Jess Harnell. Then Tom Kenny. Then Shannon Purser. Then Johnny Young. Then Zach. And then way, way, way down at the bottom is Mr. Ferrig.
Yeah, I would say Lou Ferrig is probably one of my
Yeah, one of your loots.
Not one of my lewds.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite interactions. Down there with him, I forget his last name, but his first name is Matthew. He plays
Matthew Lewis.
Yeah, Matthew Lewis from Harry Potter. He plays Neville Longbottom.
Yes.
Super disappointed in that interaction, but Lou Ferrigno was worse than that.
So bad.
Yeah, it was just,
which is a damn shame. Keep checking the map too, just to see.
Yeah, I want to get back here and check.
Yeah, because look.
No, so I was wrong. I thought maybe I was missing something from here.
That's weird. This map sucks. This map sucks. Everybody, this map sucks.
Okay,
this map sucks. This map sucks. Yeah, you can't really do anything in the next room over or the next room over, really, this room has nothing other than the lava door. That one had the red key, so you just have to find where the red door is. Even if it takes forever! But yeah, Vince has a lot more signatures than me. I'm extremely jealous, because not only has he got a lot from cons, he's got a lot from unboxings, which you guys should know. Some of the Zobies he's been getting, I've been pretty jealous of. I'm really jealous of the Negan one. That one was awesome.
That wasn't a pop.
That was a print, though.
Yeah.
They do... What signed pops did you get from Zobi as a shameless promotion to Zobi?
Pink Ranger.
Was it just Pink Ranger? You didn't
That's
get
all
anymore?
I've gotten from
Zobi.
For pop-wise.
Okay. Ouch. I saw that unboxing, and that one was cool. I like how she signed in pink, too. Didn't she?
I believe so.
Am I tripping? Yeah. Ugh. Do you have a section for your signed Funkos?
I do right now. Well, they're currently in a chest in my... with the rest of my collection.
Other than the Johnny Young one, because I saw you put that in a protector case, and it's
they're all in protector cases.
Of course.
But
I need to get a protector case for the 2 I just got signed. They're sitting on my shelf, so in theory they won't get obliterated. But I really need to get at least the plastic protector case for them, so that when I transport them, when I eventually move, they won't get crunkled.
I have a feeling like I'm supposed to hit like this switch or like something like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna unlock the, like, lower that.
Yeah.
But
it's just a difficult level. I mean, we're only gonna record one more episode today. Well, since the bridges are getting burned, I think we're gonna record. Well, yeah, there's a secret door. We're gonna record more this week, other than just next Thursday, I think. And we're hanging out on Saturday too. I didn't even bring that up. We'll talk about that on the next installment because we're already done with this episode.
Okay, next installment. Hopefully, we'll find them.
If not, guys, we do apologize. But the next episode will be the last of the session, and then Vince off camera will try to get it. If we don't get it next part, which I'm gonna send all my positive vibes to Vince. Ready? Let's pause it and get ready for the next.
Break.
Get ready for the next adventure in Doom 2. Later, dudes.